Well, I got out of high school and started as a cook, and then quickly after that I got a job in computers. Got married and had kids and started a business and then another business. I reached the top of that corporate ladder. As I peered over, there was no great prize up there. Just kind of felt empty, and a friend had been inviting me to his Bible study for over a year. I finally went, and it was there that things kind of just came together for me and really clicked, the material that we're studying. And from there, I kind of caught fire, and I started serving at church and started my own Bible study group. And one day I went into an addiction recovery center for men, started serving there. I cooked lunch there for a year, and the director came to me one day and said, you know, the guys love talking to you. Would you want to teach some classes? So I agreed, but I didn't know what to teach. So I taught biblical manhood topics for 2 years. You know, during that time, I came to care for these men. I just spent so much time with them and became friends. And they were praying for me. So about every 6 months, there was a great day of celebration when some of them were graduating the program. They'd leave, and within a week or two, they'd relapse. They just had no good housing. And worse, some of them didn't make it. And I was heartbroken. And I was mad too. And one day I was praying, and I said, you know, Lord, you gotta do something. Somebody's gotta fix this. And all I heard was, why don't you do something? It bothered me because I'm already busy. I got enough on my plate, and that would be like a huge commitment. And I have no idea what to do. So one day I came home and I told my wife, I said, you know that adventure of traveling around the world that you have? I said, well, I have an idea, an adventure, but it doesn't so much include traveling. So we spent almost a year looking for the right housing for these men. And we found a property that had 8 small houses on it. And we've spent a year remodeling 4 of them. They're full. Those four houses are full. We have 12 men here. We've started remodeling the other 4. We have young men here in their 20s, and the oldest is almost 60. One of the guys in particular came from a very broken house, and mother and father were both in jail, and he's just opened up tremendously. It's the first time he's been able to keep a job. He likes the job and keeps working, and you know, he said a lot of it is due to him being here in this supportive environment. I'd see guys like this on the side of the road with the signs, and you know, and I just think to myself, why don't they just go get a job? They're able-bodied, you know, knock it off. But I really didn't understand how they got there. Through teaching at the recovery center and getting to know them, they were incredible guys. They actually, for 3 years, became real true friends. You know, they're supposed to be putting their life back together. This is a low-cost Christian men's community to get on their feet. And they're supposed to be saving money and then move on with their life, get back to kingdom work. So I just said they can stay as long as they want, as long as they're doing the right things, you know, following Jesus, joining us at church and our Bible studies, and pouring into the other men. Some men in my Bible study group at church volunteer to drive them. So we go to Cactus Campus, and it's been so great. They come there and everybody knows them, and everybody calls them by name. Yeah, my friends all thought I was crazy for doing something like this. They said, man, you got it made. You can just go travel and enjoy yourself. When we had the sermon on get God, get real, and get out there, Pastor Jamie just inspired me to finally do something. I had to decide whether I was gonna just be a believer or be a follower as well. And Jesus tells us, don't merely read it, do what it says. God told us to get in each other's lives. It's hard to do because we have enough of our own problems, and we usually don't want to get somebody else's problems. Helping people, loving people, that's all we're supposed to do. It's the purpose of life. I get it now. It's the greatest joy ever. It's just so cool to see these guys come back, to see them come back to life, to see Jesus create them as new, and seeing them grow and seeing them transform because of the Holy Spirit in them. Just wouldn't trade any of that for anything.